Mark Skaar on the Skaar Kaard on 103.7 The Fox. I'm proud to welcome in Paul Lidel from Paul Lidel's Scream Therapy. Paul, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right myself. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on the Scream Therapy record. It's a great record. It's a great rock and roll record, and we like it.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for having me on your show.
Let's talk about the record and how it came to fruition. I know you produced this and had an awful lot to do with it, so let's talk about how it came to be in the first place.
My previous band dissolved during the pandemic. I imagine a lot of bands did. But after that, I found myself just writing a lot of songs, and they were turning out quite a bit more aggressive and heavier than my previous band. And one of the songs was called Scream Therapy. And so when I was thinking of what to name the new band, this song, Scream Therapy, sort of summed it all up as to what the band was about. And music in general and everything is for me, and that is just an outlet to let things out, because it's definitely, I think, healthy to just let it out and scream and shout and get those emotions to the surface.
Paul, why do you think these songs as a collective were more aggressive than maybe what you've done in the past?
I'm not really sure. I believe it possibly just the pressure of the pandemic may have had something to do with it. I mean, I know that was an uncomfortable and just weird time for everybody, and I know it affected me psychologically, and I think a lot of that sort of came through in the songs. All the songs sort of were written kind of quickly, so they all just sort of happened, as opposed to like laboring over something for a long time. This is just stuff that just wrote itself and needed to be written and needed to be expressed, apparently. It was like, well, okay, these songs need to be heard, so we'll call it Scream Therapy and put it on record. And I'm really pleased and surprised at how it's resonated with other people.
Talking with Paul Lidel from Paul Lidel's Scream Therapy, let's talk about some of the songs. I know recently you put out a video for Alibi. Tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, Alibi is sort of a semi-tongue-in-cheek, fun sort of a way to express being really mad. And I've had a lot of people that have told me that, wow, I was singing that song when I was like on the expressway and stuff. Somebody cuts you off on the expressway or something, and it's just it's a great way to kind of like Scream Therapy, to just get things off your chest. If you're singing that song, you'll for sure feel better afterwards, I think.
Let's talk about Run, Paul.
All right, Run. I'm from Texas, and in Austin, Texas, in the 60s, there was this horrific event where a gunman went up into the tower of the University of Texas and just opened fire on all the people down below. And it was sort of the first of these type of senseless mass murder kind of things, and reading about it and just the chillingness of, you know, how this guy planned it out and then carried out his plan was just deeply affected by the whole story. And that was expressed in that song, Run. That's what that's about.
Talking with Paul Lidel from Paul Lidel's Scream Therapy. Tell me a little bit about another single, Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit Hole is just sort of this crazy song, sort of different, I think, from the others in the music. And then the sort of trippiness of the music also carried over to the lyrics, which is sort of a metaphor, I think, just the anxiety that I experience of just the internet and social media and things like that, and how it just pulls you down into it. You know, you feel sort of out of control because it's built for that, right? Mm-hmm. It's built to be addicting. And that's the overall vibe of that song, but it's all in metaphor, though.
Talking with Paul Lidel. Paul, I know, according to your bio anyway, you have a full band put together for Scream Therapy. Tell me about the guys in the band.
The drummer is Frank Kriege, and he and I have played together in various bands for the last 20 or more years. So when I was first getting the songs together, we demoed them out with just he and I. Then we got Joe G on board, and he put down bass tracks. And then Lee Young plays rhythm guitar and also does backing vocals, as does Joe. The live shows sound pretty similar, I think, to the album, and they're all just great players.
Talking with Paul Lidel from Paul Lidel's Scream Therapy. Also wanted to touch base on a couple other things. Dirty Looks put out a live album DVD last year, and I had Jason McMaster on to talk a little bit about it. It kind of sounds like a stop and start also because of COVID, and then when it came down to actually, if memory serves, to actually doing the live album and DVD, there was a little bit of a pressure cooker with, was it weather or something that happened? A lot of rain or something, and then you had like kind of one shot to record it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that show, for a variety of reasons, almost didn't happen. It was a reunion of Dirty Looks of 3 of the 4 of the members that played on the band's most popular albums, which are Cool from the Wire and Turn of the Screw. The singer, Henrik, unfortunately, passed away 10 years ago. But there was still this demand for people still wanted to hear the songs. So Jason, who is the biggest Dirty Looks fan, was willing to sing for it. So we had the whole thing together, and we had a show booked in mid-March of 2020. And if you recall, in mid-March of 2020, that was like the week that the world shut down. Mm-hmm. So that show was put off until, I don't know, I guess it was a couple of years later. And then so we played that show, and I wasn't sure, like I said, if this group of guys was, even going to play together again. It was just like a thing to do, but I wanted to have a record of it. I wanted to have it on video and things. So we arranged to have it pro shot, and then we recorded it through the board, and it turned out really good. So we went ahead and released it as a live DVD and a live CD. And the show turned out just great. With a minimal amount of preparation, everything came together.
Talking to Paul Lidel, also you've been a longtime member of Dangerous Toys, and I know you guys still go out and play shows too.
Yeah, we have a lot of things coming up. We'll be all over the country over the course of the next few months with just several shows. So we'll be flying all over the place. Denver, and we have a show in LA, and several shows around Texas, El Paso, Austin, Dallas, Houston, Corpus Christi. Yeah, so Dangerous Toys is very busy. And we're also actually in the process of recording for the first time since 1996. So I would expect to have something, whether it's an EP or a few singles or whatever, or a full album released sometime in 2024.
Wow, that's some great news. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're excited. The songs are fantastic. And we've been playing some of the new material at the live shows, and it's just going over great. So I'm excited about the new songs, too.
Cool. Can't wait. Paul, if people want to keep in touch with you and see what you're up to, what's the best way for people to do that?
If they go to screamtherapyband.com, screamtherapyband.com, that's our website, and we can be contacted through the website. But we're, of course, on Facebook and Instagram and all the social media things. And on those things, and on the website, there's links to all the songs and all the YouTube channel and everything else.
Paul, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the music. We'll keep in touch. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Paul Lidel from Paul Lidel's Scream Therapy, our guest today on the Skaar Kaard, the new classic rock that rocks on 103.7 The Fox.